Strawberries are among the world's most cherished fruits, known for their bright color, sweet aroma, and refreshing taste. But behind every bite lies a long journey that begins long before the fruit appears. This article explores the entire life cycle of a strawberry, from before the seed stage until it reaches our tables. The strawberry plant belongs to the genus Fragaria, with origins tracing back to both North and South America. Early varieties were discovered centuries ago, with modern cultivars developing from crossbreeding these ancient species. Wild strawberries were smaller but highly flavorful, setting the foundation for today's commercial varieties. Before planting even begins, farmers and gardeners select the best strawberry varieties suited to their climate and market. Some folks prefer June-bearing varieties for a single large harvest, while others opt for ever-bearing or day-neutral types that produce fruit throughout the season. Commercial strawberry cultivation often uses runners, cloned plants from healthy mother plants. This method ensures genetic consistency and disease resistance. By choosing strong parent plants, farmers increase their chances of a successful and productive crop. While runners are commonly used, strawberry seeds still play a crucial role in breeding new cultivars. The tiny seeds, embedded on the surface of the fruit, carry the genetic material for new hybrid varieties. Researchers extract and plant these seeds in controlled environments to create stronger, better-tasting plants. So, strawberry seeds actually need a special process called stratification to break their dormancy. Basically, the seeds are kept in cold, moist conditions for several weeks. This kind of simulates winter, you know? And after that, this process helps trigger germination when the seeds are finally planted in warm soil. Before planting, growers get nursery beds or trays ready with nutrient-rich soil. The soil has to be light, well-draining, and just a bit acidic to really support healthy germination. Usually, these seedlings are started indoors or in greenhouses to keep them safe from any harsh outdoor conditions. Strawberry seeds, honestly, germinate pretty slowly. It often takes several weeks before you see any action. First, tiny green shoots pop up, and then you get these small leaves called cotyledons. At this stage, the young plants are super delicate, so they need careful watering, the right amount of light, and good temperature control. Once seedlings grow several true leaves, they begin to strengthen. This phase allows the roots to develop and the foliage to expand. By the time they reach a few inches tall, the seedlings are ready for transplantation into larger containers or outdoor fields. Before transplanting, farmers prepare outdoor fields by tilling the soil and adding organic matter or fertilizers. Raised beds are often created to improve drainage and prevent root rot. Drip irrigation systems are installed to ensure consistent watering without waterlogging the roots. Plastic mulch is commonly used in commercial strawberry farming. The mulch conserves moisture, warms the soil, and suppresses weeds. This method reduces the need for herbicides and ensures healthier plants. With the field prepared, young strawberry plants are carefully transplanted. Each plant is spaced to allow airflow, prevent overcrowding, and maximize sunlight exposure. The planting depth is carefully controlled to avoid covering the crown of the plant. After transplanting, the plants focus on establishing robust root systems. This stage is critical as strong roots enable better nutrient and water uptake. Farmers monitor moisture levels closely, especially during the first few weeks. As roots strengthen, the plant produces lush green leaves. This vegetative stage builds the plant's energy reserves, preparing it for flowering. Any signs of pests or diseases are addressed quickly to prevent long-term damage. So, when conditions are right, usually after several weeks of vegetative growth, flower buds begin to form. These buds, they actually signal the beginning of fruit production. At this stage, it's super important to have adequate nutrition, sunlight, and the right temperature. Strawberry flowers open up with their delicate white petals and those bright yellow centers. During this stage, pollination really becomes the main focus, since each flower needs successful pollination to develop fruit. Farmers often rely on bees and other pollinators to handle this task naturally, which is pretty cool. Bees move from flower to flower, transferring pollen and enabling fertilization. Each fertilized ovule, well, it actually contributes to the growth of the strawberry seeds on its surface. If pollination isn't complete, you might end up with misshapen or smaller fruits. So, following pollination, small green strawberries start to emerge from the flower's base. Over the next few weeks, the fruits grow in size, slowly changing color. They progress from green to white, then pink, and finally to their signature bright red hue. During fruit development, the crop becomes vulnerable to pests, such as birds, slugs, and insects. Farmers use protective netting, organic pesticides, or biological controls to safeguard the fruit. Weather conditions like heavy rain or frost also pose risks. As strawberries approach full ripeness, farmers regularly inspect the crop. Fully ripe strawberries are firm, evenly red, and highly aromatic. Timing the harvest correctly is critical, because strawberries do not continue to ripen after being picked. So harvesting is actually done by hand to prevent bruising the delicate fruit. Workers pick strawberries during the cool morning hours just to preserve their freshness. The fruit is immediately placed into containers for sorting and cooling, which is pretty important, you know? Freshly picked strawberries are quickly cooled to extend their shelf life. Rapid cooling slows down respiration, preventing spoilage. This cold chain process continues through packaging, storage, and transportation, making sure the berries stay fresh all the way to you. Strawberries are carefully sorted by size, color, and quality. Any damaged or overripe berries are removed, of course. The remaining fruit is packed into punnets or trays, often lined with protective material to prevent bruising, so they look and taste their best when you get them. So, once the strawberries are all packaged up, they enter these big distribution networks, which might include local markets, grocery chains, or even export destinations far away. Refrigerated trucks or sometimes air freight are used, making sure the fruit stays fresh while it's on the move. Timing is, still super critical to make sure the best product actually gets to consumers. When the strawberries finally arrive at stores or markets, they're put in refrigerated sections to help preserve their quality. Retailers usually promote strawberries a lot during the peak seasons, when supply is high and prices are more competitive. Shoppers honestly can't wait to pick out the freshest and reddest berries for their tables. And at last, the whole journey ends right at the consumer's table. Whether you eat them fresh, toss them into desserts, blend them into smoothies, or even turn them into jam, strawberries are just super versatile and always delicious. Behind every single bite, there's actually months of careful work, loads of attention to detail, and a bit of nature's cooperation. This whole journey really shows just how much care and science goes into bringing a simple strawberry from seed all the way to your plate.